students, I welcome you all in your online sessions, and as you all know, you are studying the chapter number 8 for 10th standard, and that is trigonometric functions, trigonometric ratios. Already 5 video lectures have been uploaded. This is the 6th video lecture, and today we are going to study about complementary angles of the trigonometric ratios. I hope whatever we have learned in the previous 5 video lectures, you must have seen that and you must have noted down the important notes. Now let us move towards a new concept, complementary angles. Now this word is not new for you. Complementary angles is very familiar word with you. You know that two angles are said to be a complementary angles when the sum of both the angles are 90 degree. So, and as you all know, we are solving all the trigonometric ratios in terms of right angle triangle only. So let us understand this concept first, then we'll go towards the exercise. For example, this is your triangle A, B and C, right? In my triangle, this ABC angle B is 90. Angle B is 90. So, if angle B is 90, A will have some acute angle and C will also be some acute angle. But as your B is 90, so but obvious your angle A plus angle C is going to be 90. Yes or no? Angle A plus angle C, this summation of, because this is 90. Sum of all the interior angles of the triangle, you know that it is 80. So if one angle is 90, if the sum of the two angles are but obvious, they are going to be 90. So angle A plus angle C is equal to 90. Fair enough? So if angle A is angle A, angle C can also be written as angle 90 minus angle A. If I have to represent angle C in terms of A, so I can write here angle C is equal to 90 minus angle A. Okay. Now, in the same trigonometric function, if I am considering this as A, this will be adjacent, this will be opposite, and this will be hypotenuse. You know this thing. And if you are considering this as angle, so this will be adjacent, this will be opposite, and hypo will be hypo. Okay, so I am not writing it because I may change the angle at any desired time. So, you must know that angle C is your 90 minus A. Now, if I want to find out the trigonometric function sine A, right? Sine A. So, what does it give it to me? Sine A. It is opposite upon hypotenuse. Opposite upon hypotenuse, right? And what is the answer of this? So can I say that sine A is equal to BC upon AC? Equation number 1. Equation number 1, BC upon AC. Sine A is equal to opposite upon hypotenuse. Keep it as equation number 1. Now I will take it. I want to derive something, so I will take it out angle C. But now I don't use angle C. I have to use angle C in terms of angle A only. So, suppose I want to find out cos C. Cos C means cos C. But instead of C, I will use 90 minus A because I know that angle A plus angle C will give me 90. Angle A plus angle C will give me 90. So, in place of either writing cos C, I can write this cos 90 minus A. 90 minus A. Ultimately, it is cos C only. 90 minus is cos C only. So cos C means cos 90 minus is what? Adjacent upon hypotenuse. For cos C, this will be adjacent, this will be hypotenuse. So again, this BC upon, alright, I'll write adjacent upon hypo. Adjacent upon hypo. So cos 90 minus A is going to give you BC upon AC from, that will be part of equation number 2. Sin A was also equal to BC upon AC, and cos 90 minus A is also coming out to BC by AC. So from equation number 1 and 2, from equation number 1 and equation number 2, what you can judge? Sin A is equal to BC upon AC, cos 90 minus A is also equal to BC upon AC. So I will say that yes, sin A is equal to cos 90 minus A. Cos 90 minus A. That is very important relation. Sin A is equal to cos 90 minus A. Fair enough? Fair enough? Okay. Now just try to look at here. What is the sum of the angle? Angle, only sum of the angle. Here the angle is A and here 90 minus A. If you will add up A plus 90 minus A, that minus A plus A will give you 0 and the answer will be 90. So you have added these two angles A and 90 minus A. We got the answer as 90, means they are complementary pair. So sine and cos, they are one complementary pair. And how did you get it? From equation number 1 and 2. BCAC, BCAC. So these two values will be equal. Sine A equal to cos 90 minus A. Right? And if this is true, their opposite will also going to be true. For example, sine A. So if I find cosec A, cosec A is opposite upon hypotenuse, that is AC upon BC. And if I find sec 90 minus A, that is the opposite of cos. Sec 90 minus A, that will give you all hypotenuse upon adjacent, that is AC upon BC. So both values are also equal. So similarly, don't have to prove it for that. Similarly, you write, similarly, your cosec A is going to be equal to sec 90 minus A. Sec 90 minus A. You can relate it to the table as well. If you look at your table, the value of sine 30 is equal to cos 60. See, and that is what we have proved here. Sine 30, if I put 30 here, so 90 minus 30 will give you 60. So sine 30 and cos 60 will be equal. Similarly, if you write down sine 45 and cos 45, they are also equal. 45. So if you put 45 here, 90 minus 45, sine 45 and cos 45. From the table, this is half, this is half. This is 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2. That is what I am saying. Whichever trigonometric function is the value of the angle in a particular trigonometric function will be same as its complementary pair in terms of its complementary pair. So sine A is equal to cos 90 minus A, cosec A is equal to sec 90 minus A. Also tan A, the only two remaining thing. If you have talked about sine and cos, if you have talked about cosec and sec, the only thing that is remaining here, tan and cot. So tan A is equal to cot 90 minus A. Like here, tan 30 is equal to cot 60. See, tan 30 is 1 by root 3, cot 60 is also going to be a 1 by root 3. Why? Because sum of the angle, whenever the two trigonometric functions are having the sum of the angle as 90 and they are complementary pair, then the answer of both of them will be equal. Right? Tan 30 is as good as cot 60, sin 30 is as good as cos 60. If I write sec 30, that will be equal to cosec 60. From the table you can verify this concept. Right? So what is the result? That is all derivation, all the concept that I have explained. What is the thing that you have to remember? You have to remember particular thing, that complementary pair. Complementary pair. What is the complementary pair? So sine 90 minus theta is going to give you cos theta, and vice versa. Vice versa means cos 90 minus theta is going to give you sin theta. So, and when you have to apply, whenever the sum of both angles are 90. So 90 minus theta, sin will convert to cos. Whatever theta is there, that will be accompanied to cos. So that is one pair you have to remember. Similarly, their opposite, sine's opposite is cosec. So cosec 90 minus theta is equal to sec theta, and sec 90 minus theta is equal to cosec theta. That is the second pair that you have to remember. And the last but not the least, tan 90 minus theta is equal to cot theta, and cot 90 minus theta is going to give you tan theta. Any moment if you are forgetting, you can understand by this concept that I have taught it to you, but don't remember it for the sake of examination. But everything should not be looked at in the mirror of examination. You must have the concept as well. It will not go in the vain. So you must remember all this thing, and related to this concept only, the entire exercise of 8.3 is going to be solved. Right? So this is a very short video lecture which is explaining you the concept of complementary pair. In the next video lecture we will be solving exercise number 8.3. Till then, bye bye and take care of yourself.